Oh, would you look at that? It's time to review. Time? What is up, everyone? Movie Way back again with another review, and this is going to be for the 2021 drama miniseries Time, and this is directed by Lewis Arnold and stars Sean Bean and Stephen Graham. Now, this tells the story of a man in his 50s who was sent to prison for manslaughter and how he deals with life on the inside. We get these shows now and again, don't we, from the BBC, and they usually tell gripping and impactful stories, and Time was no different. I was hooked on this from start to finish. And this really delved into the grim reality of prison life, how strenuous it can be, how you've got to be looking over your shoulder all the time, how much you have to be in with the right crowd, and it really does give off a sense of unease, especially for our main character, Mark Cobden, played by Sean Bean. Now, he isn't exactly streetwise, he's not in for an offence that's gang-related or anything to do with drugs, and I do feel like all the other prisoners sense that and see him as an easy target. Now, a lot of that is down to the way Mark Cobden is portrayed by Sean Bean, which I will get to in a minute. But I do feel like the series benefited a hell of a lot with going for a main protagonist like this, because he is very vulnerable and you feel like all the troubles of prison life would fall around a person like him in reality. He's also trying to overcome the troubles of his crime as well as having all this prison life around him. And what he did is kind of unforgivable in a lot of people's eyes. However, you latch onto him as a viewer anyway, because you know deep down he is a good person and he is really sorry for what he's done. But also, Sean Bean just gives off an absolutely incredible performance to make this guy really, really likeable, in fact. Now, he really does get across that Mark Cobden is doomed from the off, really. The way he walks around the prison with his head down and stuff, won't look at anyone. When he has to, he's very polite and always saying thank you and stuff. And you just sense that the other prisoners are just going to see big weaknesses in him. And that's credit to Sean Bean, really, because you can just tell that he was asked to do this and he just nailed it down to a T. And later on in the series, there's a moment where he asks for a cheese sandwich every single day, and every single day the same prisoner just takes it off him, and I just felt really bad for the guy. I really did. I felt so sorry for him. And as the series goes on, you just latched onto him even more. And when these moments happen, you're sort of shouting at the TV saying, come on, Mark, do something about this. You got to man up a little bit here. You are so invested in his character. You really just hope that he finds salvation at the end. But to be honest, it's not just Sean Bean here. There are great performances all around, and to make a great drama, I think you need two main things: a great cast and a great story, and here you get both. It's a match made in heaven. Now, Stephen Graham plays Eric in this show, and he's going through his own troubles inside the prison as well, even though he's a prison guard, not a prisoner, which was interesting to see. And when he goes home, he still has to deal with them troubles from the inside as well. So it was good the way the show mixed it up a little bit and told you a story from the inside and from the outside. But not only that, I think this is my favourite Stephen Graham performance in such a long time. He was absolutely sensational in this role. And when him and Sean Bean are on screen together, that's just the icing on top of the cake. I mean, it doesn't happen too often, which is a good thing, I feel, because when it does, it's just acting talent shining through your TV screens. Now, Stephen Graham, of course, is from the city of Liverpool myself, and I just want to touch on this a little bit here. This is more of a personal note. A lot of viewers may not notice this in past movies or TV shows, but I feel like when they get an actor who doesn't live in the city, they can't really pull off the accent 100%, and it's not really a slate on them. It's because it's a very unique and raw accent to pull off. Now, there are actors who can do it, of course, but here, I don't think you're going to get more real than this, because they used real Liverpudlian-born actors here, and it just felt so realistic to me. I mean, everything just felt genuine. I wouldn't be surprised if some of this was improvised, to be honest, because it was just like many, many conversations I've heard in the past. It was just on point, really, and I just feel like this is the way to go in future for 95% of the time, at least. when using Scouse accents in movies or TV shows. And there's a scene at the start of this show where all these prisoners are being transported to the jail in a prison van, of course, and they're screaming at each other about the trial that they were all involved in. But I could just relate to everything they were saying. It just felt so genuine. And I'd want to give a special mention here to James Nelson-Joyce. He played such a menace in this show. He was kind of scary, but he had the look and everything to just play the part. He was just behind Graham and Sean Bean as the best character in this show. And I predict a bright future for that man. So well done, sir. You were brilliant in this series. Now, time doesn't also shy away from some hard-hitting moments here. I mean, there's boiling water thrown on people. Ears are bitten off, noses are just pounded in with blood splurting everywhere. But you know what? It all felt necessary. It just made the show more gritty and just showed you what these characters have to deal with in this environment. Now, this is a 3-part series, and after watching the first one, I knew I had to watch the next two. Like I said at the start of the review, I was hooked. I watched this in one sitting, and I can confirm that each episode, while staying within its story, feels refreshed. Each one brings something new to this table to sort of move it along. It's like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, if you like. And there's also a lot of different subplots and side stories going on with all these other different characters, even if some of them are miniature to bigger side stories, if you like. And it's just interesting to see all these different outcomes for each character, and it makes you think at the end, really, why did this person go downwards but this person went in an upward spiral? It's just really well written by Jimmy McGovern, and I know he's wrote a lot of good stuff in the past, but from what I've seen, this might be my favourite of his. I honestly don't really have any complaints with this show. I mean, if I did, to be very, very nitpicky. The BBC sets out to just do these dramas and have an impact, and that's what it had on me. I mean, it didn't absolutely blow me away or anything. It's not the best thing I've ever seen or the best miniseries out there, but it's a really, really solid drama and a very realistic one at that as well. I'm just going to go ahead and rate this TV series now. I'm going to give Time a 9 out of 10. I think most of us do like a good prison drama TV show or movie, if you like. And if you are one of those people, look no further than this. Okay, at the end of these reviews, I always like to leave a little fun fact. Now, a fun fact for Time is this was all actually filmed at Shrewsbury Prison, and you're allowed to visit there if you want, or even stay overnight if you like. Okay guys, I hope you all enjoyed this review. If you want to subscribe, it's up to yourself. We've got a lot more reviews coming, lots more videos, and if you want to comment about Time, leave it down below. I'll try and get back to every single one of you, I promise. Take it all easy guys. See you all next video.